For this week's episode of KCAT News, Sailor brings us the Blacklight Assembly performance. Emily Hankins signs with Butler for cross country. Viewers receive a mid-season update on the forensics team along with new stats on state wrestling. The Critic offers us an acclaimed view of the new Sonic movie, and Gabe finishes us off with a new GGR. I'm Andrew Gibson, and KCAT News starts right now. The entire school loves seeing the Blacklight performance. Sailor Neff gives us an eyewitness take on the school assembly.
On Tuesday, February 18th, Mulvane High School held our final pep assembly for the year, the Blacklight Assembly in the auditorium. During the assembly, there were performances by the Winter Guard, cheerleaders, drumline, and the KCAT. Throughout the assembly, Ms. Wood recognized our senior athletes and club and organization members. That's all from me, Sailor Neff, KCAT News.
Thanks, Sailor. MHS student Emily Hankins got signed to Butler Community College for her cross-country achievements. Chayton Fonensteel goes more in depth on the topic.
This week, on Tuesday, February 18th, Emily Hankins signed with Butler Community College for cross-country.
I chose to go to Butler because it's close to home, and I was really confused at first where I wanted to go, and so then I just decided to go to Butler because I met the coach and he seemed really nice, and the people there are really nice, and so yeah.
Emily Hankins is excited for the season to begin.
I'm really excited for just getting better and being able to practice every day because I dueled with volleyball and cross country, and so I only got to practice in the mornings. So I'm really excited for the whole practice and just to be in shape.
Congrats to Emily Hankins. That's it for me, Chayton Fonensteel, KCAT News.
Nice job, Chayton. Emma Saville provides us with a mid-season update on the MHS forensics team.
Forensics consists of different acting, speech, and debate events in which students compete in. This season, the team overall has won 3 sweepstakes at tournaments, with getting first at Clearwater and Augusta and second at Douglas. The team has 10 people qualified for state champs and 5 qualified for state festival. 6 members have received bids to NIETOC Nationals, or NITOC, which stands for National Individual Events Tournament of Champions, and will take place in Houston, Texas on May 8th through the 10th. To actually go to this tournament, you must receive 2 bids from qualifying tournaments the teams compete at. So far, Elijah Travis and TJ Bailiff in duo, Shelton Lauterball in humorous interpretation, and Olivia Malinchuk in informative Tim have qualified and are going to the NITOC National Tournament, with Austin Greer and Kaylee Ferry both having 1 bid in dramatic interpretation.
We are doing duo interpretation. I'm about to pick up a dramatic interpretation.
I'm doing duo and HI.
So far with the duo, it's going really well. We're undefeated so far and hoping to keep it that way. We're qualified for NITOC Nationals and on our way to go qualify for NSDA, hopefully.
Like TJ said, the duo is going really well. My HI got steamrolled at Wichita East. That's right. You live, laugh, and you love, right?
This is our second year of doing NITOC as a team. We went last year and made it to top 24. So hopefully we make it further this year. That's the plan.
The people, comparative to NSDA's Nationals, everyone there is kind of stuck up and cutthroat. Yeah, NITOC, like I was saying, it's just the people are more welcoming. Everyone feels like they're enjoying your piece and not having to watch it like they are at NSDA. It's a good feeling. I don't want to say an interp event because I feel like that's too predictable. So probably OO.
Probably DI or HI to be a little more interesting, maybe. Pros. I don't know. I just like duo.
The team overall has a few more tournaments, including the NSDA qualifying tournament, which is the National Speech and Debate Association. Good job so far this season, and good luck with the rest of the tournaments. Once the season is over, I will update on the placements and qualifications. Emma Saville, KCAT News.
Thanks for watching, KCAT.
Thanks for the stats, Emma. Kayla Perkins has new updates on state wrestling.
When it comes to sports in Kansas, it's not usually known as a state that is the first in something. But for girls state wrestling, it was the first inaugural only girls state wrestling in the entire state of Kansas. And Mulvane got to be a part of it because Cami Shantz, a freshman here at Mulvane High School, got to participate in the first inaugural state tournament in the entire nation. Cami Shantz has been on the mat since 3rd grade and knows what it's like to be on the mat and also knows the misconceptions that come with it.
The biggest misconception is probably that it's not as aggressive or not as, like, I don't know, like, it's not as good as boys wrestling. I think girls wrestling is more fun to watch, in my opinion.
She also understands the lessons that can be learned from being a Mulvane High School wrestler.
It's more fun to watch them than the guys because they listen to coaches and they want to do that. They want to do it. They want to get better.
Kansas is the first state in the nation to have a tournament just devoted to girls. And there are some differences that Cami has had to learn because of this.
It's taught me a lot of mental toughness and, like, not to give up. It's a way different mentality than any other sport I've done. It changes your life. People always say, like, once you do wrestling, everything in life's easy, and I completely agree with that. It's been different because I've always wrestled guys, and even at practice, I've always wrestled guys, and all the meets and duels and everything, I've wrestled guys, and now it's girls, and they're 100 times more flexible than guys, so it's harder to, like, turn them and get a pin on them. They're not as strong as the guys are, but they're, like, it's a different style.
Shantz placed second at the first inaugural girls' state tournament in Kansas and in the nation. That is what it's like to have M-Town pride. Kayla Perkins, KCAT News.
Thanks for watching KCAT.
Thanks, Caleb. Trent Ellison critiques the newly arriving Sonic movie.
I'm Sonic, a little ball of super energy in an extremely handsome package. Uh-oh.
Welcome back to The Critic. I'm your host, Trenton Ellison, and today we will be going over the recent release of Sonic the Hedgehog, which sped into theaters last Friday. But be warned, there are going to be spoilers, so click off the video if you haven't seen the movie. The story follows Sonic the Hedgehog as we see him traveling world to world. Then we see that Sonic's been following Tom Wachowski, a police officer who lives in Green Hills. Later on, we see Sonic at a baseball field, and we see him playing by himself. He then runs around the field, and so this causes a blue explosion, which knocks out all the power all over the country. Now this causes concern for the government, who are forced to work with Dr. Robotnik, who also wants Sonic's power. In the next scene, we see that Tom is investigating what's going on in his shed, because it turns out Sonic escaped there to hide out. This leads Tom to help out Sonic in getting his rings back, and we see them kind of get a bigger connection throughout the story.
So, as I crashed into the cold, dark water of the Pacific, I realized a few things. A, I have no idea where I'm going. B, saltwater stings. C, I shouldn't even be on this planet right now, but I am. Why? Because you shot me.
I know.
You shot me!
All right, I heard you the first time. You don't have to pile it on. Good grief.
I'm wet, I'm cold, there's a fish on my head, and clearly I'm not gonna be able to do this on my own.
All right, get in the truck.
Really? You're gonna help me?
Fault, are you coming?
Yes. Road trip? Whoop whoop!
What am I doing?
Later that night, we see that Tom is looking at his list and seeing that the only thing left is for him to make a real friend.
Best friend is a magnet for danger.
I mean, I like you, but we're not best friends.
Fine, best animal friend.
My dog, Ozzy. What? Why is your face doing that?
Later on, we see that Dr. Robotnik is actually analyzing one of Sonic's quills that was left behind, and he finds out that he can power his machines to the max, and it actually allows one of his machines to speed up and catch up to Sonic. This leads to a climactic battle between Dr. Robotnik, or as Sonic calls him, Dr. Eggman, and Sonic.
Why would you throw your life away for this silly little alien?
Good time.
He's my friend.
Let's go!
So he finally fights off Eggman and defeats him, and then Tom throws a ring, sending Dr. Eggman through a portal into a mushroom world. Afterwards, we see how Sonic and Tom are settling in, and also we get to see that Eggman is still alive, and that Dr. Robotnik has now fully become Dr. Eggman. So I would definitely say this was a great watch. I would definitely recommend you go watch this. It was a fantastic movie, and I think this is probably the best video game movie. It was amazing. Well done. They did great with the characters.
Your flying eggs are pretty impressive, Mr. Eggman.
Confidence. A fool's substitute for intelligence.
That's not good. Totally defenseless, probably gonna get blown up. Don't worry, I know exactly what to do.
Now, I am really excited to see the sequel, and it would be cool to see Sonic and Tails work together, going against Dr. Eggman, and the possibility of having Metal Sonic be there too. Overall, the movie speeds in with a glimmering 9.5 gold rings out of 10. That's it for this week. Trenton Ellison, KCAT News.
Mayhem.
That's not good. Looks like I'm gonna have to save your planet. You'll never catch me. I'm Sonic. I'm here to protect my friends. So, you're supposed to be Tom's best friend that he won't shut up about. Well, I don't see the appeal. That is very gross!
Let's go! Sweet review, Trent. Gabe Daniel refreshes us on Mulvane Sports with GGR.
Thanks, Andrew. On February 18th, the bowling team hosted the McPherson Bowl Pups. Girls varsity came up short, but the girls JV came up with the win. And then on the boys side, JV and varsity picked up a win, finishing off an undefeated season. Then on February 15th, the girls wrestling team competed in the regional meet. Kami Shands medaled in second, qualifying for state. Kayla Perkins has the details on that. On February 18th, the basketball team hosted the Wellington Crusaders. On the girls' side, JV fell short, 31-50. Then varsity also fell short, 37-61. Carson White led the way with 8 points and 4 rebounds. Then on the boys' side, C team came up with a win, 58-43. JV also prevailed, 56-52. Then varsity fell in a very hard-fought battle, 61-67. Michael Manis leading the way with 23 points and 8 rebounds. That's it for this week's edition of Gabe's Game Recap. Gabe Daniel, KCAT News.
Cool stuff, Gabe. Well, that's all we got for this week. I hope you all enjoyed the episode and have a great weekend. I'm Andrew Gibson, and thanks for watching KCAT News.